And all righty. Hey, everyone, and welcome to Three Crones in the Woo Woo. I am one of your hostesses, and I am Krista Ducharme from Dimensional Healing with Krista on Facebook. And over here to my right, as I look, she's on my right, is Damaris Samolinski of Ask the Genie. Or Ask
Hello, everybody.
Damaris. That's what we're upgrading to, right? You're
Yes,
becoming Ask Damaris. And
yes.
so we are not exactly sure where our third crone, our word wizard, is, or as we like to refer to her as the dragon slayer or the cup tamer, depending upon what day of the week it is. But it's all good because Damaris and I were like, you know what? Let's get started, and she can jump on in.
That's right.
We've all had those days where our technology has kind of blipped and bleeped for us. So we understand. And I'm sure that she'll be with us when she can. So, yeah. So,
Definitely.
Damaris, how are you doing over there
I'm
in
doing
New York?
good. And actually, the weather here is beautiful for once. This winter
For
has been brutal
once.
for us. When it's not snowing or raining or
Yeah.
windy, I mean, there's always something going on with the weather. So now we have like beautiful weather. I think it's beautiful. It's nice out. The sun is out and the weather is, it's not that cold out. So it's really nice out. How about you over there?
Oh, it's good. Actually, so we have had the Netherlands, as of last Wednesday, broke a record. They had 10 consecutive days in March of sunshine, which is
Nice.
unheard of, I guess, here in the Netherlands.
Here I
So,
do. That's
yeah, and
unheard of.
so it's the 15th, and up until yesterday, yesterday it was off and on. It was a little bit, overcast, but definitely up until Sunday, it has been pretty much sunshine. Today, we had our first rain. We had our first rain
Gail is coming on.
episode, I
Sorry to cut
guess.
you off. She's coming on. She just messaged.
Hey, it
Yay.
wasn't too far. It was just a case of we get it. We'll get ourselves going. We'll get ourselves running. Hey, and it was good, and it's good practice, right?
That's right. Yes, yes. I'm glad you can do it because
Yeah. So yeah.
I wouldn't know how on my end. I just want to give a shout out to Sue or Class Act Imports for these beautiful earrings. I don't know if you could see them. I
Oh,
just got them. I
are
just
those the
got them
Charite ones?
yesterday.
Those are beautiful. I'm wearing some too, but mine are from her Kyanite collection, blue
Ooh,
Kyanite.
kyanite. Kyanite is such a high vibrational stone.
Really is. It really is. So yeah. Hey there. I'm going to go ahead and say hi. We have some beautiful Facebook users.
Ooh,
Not
let's
really sure who
see.
you, but I want to say hi to whoever it is. And then Tracy Paquin, she's on right now. Hey, how are you? If we love getting love,
Yes.
what's going on? Want to get some thumbs up? Here, go ahead and share with all your friends. Invite them to come and play with us because we're just kibitzing about um, just things in general. Damaris, I was just saying at the beginning, she is going from being asked to being asked Damaris. So anybody who actually follows Damaris as well on Facebook saw that she updated
My
her
logo.
Facebook logo. So tell us about why. What was the inspiration?
Okay, so in 2020, I had my soul portrait made up by this lady that's amazing. She's an amazing artist, spiritual artist. And when I had my logo done by her, my portrait done by her, my original intent was to create it as my logo because that's me and it's unique. I mean, it's no one else. It's just like a fingerprint, if you will. So, a few months ago, I asked her to have my soul portrait come out of the lamp, the Genie lamp, because my when I have my brick and mortar, my store is the Genie within, and we all have a Genie within that we need to tap into and sort of like release out of the lamp or the bottle, so to speak. So
Yeah.
I wanted my soul portrait to sort of come out of the lamp of the Genie. And so she created it a few weeks ago, or maybe like a month ago. She created it. She created Ask Damaris instead of Ask the Genie, because I am the Genie, and like I said, I don't want to sound like I'm the only Genie, but we all have one inside of us, right? And we just need
Right.
to tap into that Genie so she can grant our wishes. And so I happened to tap into
I
the
like that.
Genie and let her out of the bottle or the lamp, if you will. So I did my logo again. And so that's what it is. It's the soul portrait coming out of the lamp.
Oh, I love that. And I love the fact that you just shared with everybody that, that it's like the upgraded version of where you
Yes.
were. You and I were just talking about my portrait as well, because I have a soul portrait done, or spirit portrait. Mine
Yeah.
is more of a spirit portrait. And so, and I was saying how, yeah, I feel like that I'm at a point where I probably would benefit from having a new one done,
Yeah.
because where I was back in 2014, right before we were moving to Australia, is definitely not where I am in 2022,
Absolutely. Yeah, we
living in the
evolve,
Netherlands.
we evolve and we shift. And so,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, mine was only done in 2020. So, I'll wait a little bit before I have to do mine again. But yours, 2014, that's a while. You've probably shifted many
Yeah, it
things over
is.
in that time,
Yeah, it's kind of like having your aura picture done. Have you ever had
It
an
is.
aura
Yeah, I
photo?
have. I've had it. I've
Yeah,
had it done. Yeah.
yeah, and I really, so like the very first one, I've only had one done,
Uh-huh.
and mine was green. I was like completely green. As a matter of
Wow.
fact, the woman who took the picture, she was like, okay, she said she'd been doing it for like a couple of decades. I want to say she was over 20 years when
Okay.
she was telling me. And she said that she's only ever seen 3 people have that
Wow.
ever, like in her time of doing it.
Yeah.
And and so she asked me a little bit about, because it was at a festival, and
Yes.
I was working at the festival, and I was doing Reiki for
That's why
people
that
that,
green energy.
well, and that's what it was. And she's like, but I bet even if you, and she took the picture like first thing in the morning. So it wasn't as though I had been giving Reiki all
Yeah.
day and then she took the picture. She took the picture, and I hadn't given Reiki to anybody but myself that day. And, but yeah, that was a really neat experience.
It
And
is. It is. And it just goes
yeah,
to show you how accurate it is, because I mean you were gonna do Reiki, so you had this energy of healer,
yeah.
that day. So that's what showed up in the portrait. So that's awesome. That's
Yeah, and
awesome.
so, in that photo, so now I'm like, I was thinking to myself, when we lived in Washington before we moved here, I was thinking, oh, I should probably go and see if I can get my aura done
Yeah.
again. But it really wasn't until I saw your spirit picture that I was like, oh, I really would like to do that.
Definitely upgrade it. Definitely.
Yeah.
Because it would be interesting to see the shifts, right? It would be
Oh yeah,
interesting,
definitely.
right?
Definitely.
I want to see
So,
your
oh,
portrait. You should share it with us next podcast.
I'll see if I can
Or
take
put the picture in the comments.
hold on. I think that we have someone ready to come in.
Yeah.
Hi. Oh my goodness. How are you?
Good. How are you?
You,
I'm
we're
awake now.
live.
I'm awake.
Good. You look good. You were
Well,
sleeping.
thank
You fell
you.
asleep.
Hey, woke up like this.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
Not quite. Not quite. That's why I was late. Did not wake up like this.
Your hair still looks amazing.
It does. Oh my gosh. This is day 2 after a shower. After washing it, and I just combed it. I didn't curl it or anything. I didn't flatten it. I love what your stuff does for my hair. Oh
I
my
love how
gosh.
it looks.
Thank you. Thank you. You all look wonderful today too. How you been? What did I
Good.
miss?
We were talking about soul portraits. Do you have one?
No, I don't.
Gotta get one.
As soon as you said that, image came into my mind of a big sheet of black scribbles.
No, we didn't say soul story. We were talking about soul portrait.
Yes.
That's so funny. That's so funny. Oh
Yeah,
my
I-
goodness.
Mine would be combustible balls of fire right now.
Yeah, right?
I've been having hot flashes. Last year, I always thought of them as heat waves. Right now, I'm like, do I need to call like 911 and have them come and hose me down?
That's
Oh
funny.
my God.
That
funny.
could be a spiritual symptom, you know.
Oh,
When we're-
really?
Oh,
Yeah.
please say more about that, because I've been having them for 9 years
Yeah.
and they don't look to stop anytime soon.
Oh, my
could be.
goodness.
There's different symptoms we have when we're going through an ascension process. And the sweating is one of them, by the way. You know, it's almost like releasing and shedding. You know, when we sweat, we're releasing toxins and releasing things that no longer should be in our space or aura. So,
Well, I didn't
that could
think
be a
it cold as
symptom.
much as I must be burning off, you know. Oh my gosh. So have they been bad recently for you, Krista? What's up with
Yeah,
that?
actually, really recently. So remember how last week I was talking about, was it last week? Yeah, I think it was last week. I was talking about the witch burnings, right?
Yes.
The anniversary.
Yeah, the
So
Salem.
that night, I am not kidding you. I woke up feeling like I was on a pyre, on
Yes.
fire.
Wow.
And then since then, it's been really interesting. But Kevin, he's like, it's okay. We'll get through this too.
As he
I'm
runs
like-
to go get the bag of marshmallows.
I should say, honey, just go get the marshmallows.
He's
here.
such a good sport, Kevin.
So yeah, I mean,
yeah.
for me, I've just been like, oh my gosh. So yeah, lately it's just been really, they have been increasing.
Well, you're probably going through an ascension process, unbeknownst to you.
There we go. I'm going through ascension. I'm going through menopause. I'm just, hell, what else? Let's bring it on.
That's hilarious. Well, I want to say hello and thank you for showing up to all of the viewers. You were probably here before me today. And I really, really appreciate that you guys come back and play with us every week. So thanks for joining the show today. Like, share, comment. If you're on YouTube, please share, say nice things. And definitely share this out. We're growing and we've got some really, really good stuff coming up. So you're going to want to share all that with your friends. Krista, have we shared the official news?
No, I haven't. You want to do that?
Yeah. Well, whenever you'd like. Me
go
do
for it.
No, you do it. You
do it, Krista.
You did all the hard work. You get to make the announcement and get the credit and all of this.
We are officially an LLC completely, both on a state level and a federal level. So, ladies, it's time for us to get our asses in gear.
Right?
Yes,
We would
I'm
just
ready.
be legit. We would just be legit.
There you go. Yeah, we are legit now.
Awesome
and so
stuff.
that means that I actually, one of the things I wanted to do this morning, and I just didn't, because I had other things I had to get done, was I was going to get your tasking assigned to you both.
Nice.
I need help. I can't do this all. So yeah,
and you shouldn't have to. That's part of the reason why we have 3 Crones, because we pull each other forward, we help each other out, and we've meshed so very well.
We do.
Thank goddess for that.
Yeah.
And I love it. Hey, I have to tell you guys something. All right. So I had to go to a meeting that had zero to do with us the other day. However, it turned into about us.
Oh, do tell.
Well, I went to go, play one of my other hats. And, you can solve everything over ice cream. right? Every problem, a little bit of ice cream, it solves everything. I feel the same way about chocolate and wine and beer. Well, in any case, before I go on and on and on. So I'm there, and the young lady who I'm having a conversation with, you could tell that she's containing herself, and she, we're having a little bit of a hard conversation, but not that hard of a conversation. I'm like, well, just contain. Where I'm sensing something else, and then as I'm peeling back the onion, as I'm getting through the layers of everything, she's like, I watch you on your podcast.
Awesome.
And I'm sitting here with you.
Oh, that's great.
It really was.
So
I mean,
sweet.
it was so beautiful. And then we started talking crystals, and we started talking tarot and oracle and
excuse me.
fun
Oh
stuff.
my
So she,
gosh.
You were her celebrity that day.
Oh my god.
I didn't even, I don't think of myself as being this
No,
celebrity person
I'm just
at
kidding.
all. You know what I mean? I think of myself as just being whatever, and we're doing this for fun. So
Yep.
how much better can it get, right?
Right? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool.
It really was.
Awesome.
It was super cool, and it was a lot of fun. And
Do you remember her
told
name? Can you
if
give
she
her a shout
watches-
out?
Well, her name's Cindy. So Cindy, if you're watching,
Hi, Cindy. Thanks for watching.
And then Lisa was with us. So hi, Lisa.
That's awesome.
It was a lot of fun. And I found was introduced to this really cool ice cream place. It was a little chilly for me for ice cream, but I'm a New Englander. I sucked it up and had a little bit of ice cream with a little waffle,
Oh,
You took a picture of it, right?
Yeah, I did. I took a picture. It was there.
It looked good.
It actually really, really was. So yeah, it was very tasty.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah, we had a really good time. So I just wanted to tell you, it's really fun when you meet people that you don't know who are watching, and then they tell you that they watch you. And it's like, it especially if you don't necessarily know them. Like I didn't know either Lisa or Cindy, except, through a larger group that, again, a different hat.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. So yeah, it is. It's really a lot.
That's awesome.
That's phenomenal. All right, one last little commercial break. The live demo, because it is all about the stickers. It is all about the stickers.
It is, and I have my
favorite.
My mug, and I did. And you guys should be getting your envelope any day now.
Awesome. I cannot wait.
Yes, I didn't track it, but you should be getting your envelope any day now.
Okay.
So for it. Song which
Well, I was thinking of that. I didn't get to pick the song. That was what was playing.
Right.
So, yeah.
All right. So, God, what was I going to say? Oh, for those of you who would like to have one of those amazing, actually many of those amazing stickers, there's 4 in a package. To tag whatever you'd like, your laptop, your coffee mug. I see a lot of them under the pickup window at the drive-through. Throw a few there. That's great.
Works for me.
If you would like some, reach out to Krista. She's got packages all ready for you. It's $10 a package of 4.
Yep, $10 a package of 4. Yep, for right now. Yep, that's the way it's going to work, at least this go around. I can't promise the other go rounds, but we'll see. It all, has to do with the pricing of the sticker.
Right. Right. And we're looking into, of course, expanding that as well. I want a magnet cling for my car of the holographic woo-woo. I do.
Oh, I'll see if I can. I'll look at that. That would be super cool.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be. I think, yeah, that would be good. That'd be a lot of fun because then people would see it where we were driving. But we also want to do it where we, if we do that, where we also have a hall, or where we have like a QR code where people can click it and go.
Yeah.
Now that would be really awesome.
Yes. Especially, you know, my intention this summer is to go around to the different psychic fairs and stuff like that. So my car is parked in a visible spot. People can just like walk up to the car, shoot the QR code, and join the Coven of Joy.
That's it.
Awesome.
Yay!
All right, Miss Damaris, if I can get my computer to work,
ready.
we are ready for you. Yay! It worked.
All right. So today I want to talk about the there's Mercury, there's Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces, and that is really a nice conjunction for raising our consciousness and really getting in touch with the genie within, or the goddess within, or the god within, whichever way you want to put it.
Right.
But we also have, remember we spoke about the Pluto return. So we have sort of like a semi trine with the conjunction of Mercury, Jupiter, and Neptune, and then the Pluto return. What does that mean exactly? It's almost like we're at a crossroad, right? We're either facing our destiny, you know, what we're here for, what we came here for at this time, in this amazing time. Pluto return only happens 246 years or 248 years. So that's, I mean, we came at a time of historical events happening right now, right? And so why are we here? Why are we here? So we're facing our destiny, or we're facing the negative action, the consequences of our negative actions from the past. So that's the crossroads with this conjunction and this semi-trine that we're going through. So every structure is almost like unstable right now. Like I was telling Krista a little bit behind stage. Every structure is being almost examined to see if there's any cracks within the foundation of every structure. Meaning, are we upholding the intentions originally set forth back in 1776?
Right.
Because that's when we had the first Pluto return. You know, that's when we had the Pluto energy going on. So are we, you know, are we upholding the intentions of, you know, equality, of, you know, freedom, and all of those, you know, things that was set forth by our founding fathers? If not, the structures that are not are going to collapse. And so that's where we're at right now. So everything is being shook, so to speak. That's that Pluto energy. And so when we look at the Mercury, Jupiter, Neptune, we have to question ourselves, you know, what am I doing? Where am I on this crossroad? Am I here to really make a difference, you know, for humanity and for the planet? Or am I here, you know, as self-serving, where I'm gonna face the consequences of those actions? So that's what's happening in this time, in this moment. And I feel like we're blessed to be here at this time where the world is literally shifting back to the original intent. And I feel that by 2026, all that will have been taken place. We're going through, you know, it's still, you know, a ways away from every structure being examined, so to speak. But I believe we're starting at the top. And we're going to go to the bottom, right? You know, I see a lot of people on Facebook posting like they stand with Ukraine, they, you know, with everything that's going on. And I look at that and I say to myself, you know, I stand with the people of every country right now. And I don't know if, you know, I am standing particularly with every government, because I don't know how their actions have been, or where they're standing at the crossroad. You know what I mean? So I stand with the people of every country in this moment in time, because we're all being sort of like, you know, we've been hurt, and we haven't really, I don't think that the intentions of the original, you know, our founding fathers set out, I don't think it has been like that for all of us. So I stand with us, the people.
I agree with you 100%. And I think that as you were talking, I was getting these images of how prior to 1776, right? The world, especially the Anglo-Saxon world, the British world, that, kind of thing.
The Imperial British
Imperial,
Empire.
yeah, exactly. That system was, it was a more rigid caste than even India, right? If you were, a serf, you weren't getting anywhere near royalty. Okay. And the structure was set up for the toil of the serfs to filter up to benefit the royal class, right?
Yes.
And we see that echo in what the world in America has become in the last 100 years, right? It's the corporate takeover of the American government. JP Morgan, Andrew Carnegie, all of those masters of industry that said, we can provide all these things for the government, but you're going to do what we want. And we see that today in the Walmarts of America. And stuff like that, okay?
Absolutely.
But what I see shifting is literally, like you were just talking about, a shift back to that energy of, no, this country is about every man for himself, and not in a selfish way, but in an individualistic way. Right. So we've got all of these people out there doing TikToks and making 10 grand a month, DoorDash, all of these in Etsy, crafty things, using your skills, talents, and services as an individual to benefit the whole of society, and the breaking down of that corporate. All right, let's go to a 9-to-5 in a certain place and do what this person wants us to do so that they can make a lot of money.
100%. 100%.
Right?
It's exactly what you're saying.
A real shift going on in real time, and we're living in it.
That's awesome.
But the independence. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I was going to say the independence that we've been creating is really good, but the other aspect of all our independence, hey Joe, is the fact that people are actually becoming interested. So one of the reasons why interested in government again. So one of the things that in young people, not just not just our older people, not just our property owners, not just our business owners, but everybody is becoming interested, and not just in the United States. So
everywhere.
I know, and I emphasize, we emphasize a lot on the US because, of course, two-thirds of us are currently in the US. I get that. But if you look at it from a global standpoint, in the last few years, how many countries have had their governments challenged in one shape, form, or another? I mean, even Great Britain at the moment, kind of, the whole royalty aspect, right? It's all been shaken up. I mean, it's been kind of
everything is being shaken right now.
But and then we all know with Putin, Ukraine. I mean, Putin, here's the reality. He's trying to go backwards. The rest of the world is trying to move forward, right? We're all trying to go this way and do awesome things. But he's trying to go back into the shift that we're all
talking about.
We're talking about.
Yeah. I was going to say before, I'm watching this show that Ada put me onto it. It's called Dope Sick. It's on Hulu, I think. Okay. And it's about the Purdue Pharma and the drugs. And pharmaceutical drugs, Oxycodone.
Oxycontin.
That's it. Oh my gosh. And I mean, they didn't care about how people got addicted and how people lost everything because of that addiction, and how they were making $1 billion a year. And I think up until recently, they were making $1 billion a month. You got to really question that. You know what I mean? Like, wait a second. Why can't we go back to, growing stuff in our gardens and making herbal medicine? You know what I mean? Why are we so dependent on these, pharmaceuticals that are killing us? And so something is not right. And
again, that's part of that corporate takeover that happened 100 years ago, because oh God, what was it? Which guy was it that ran Standard Oil? When he was refining the oil for the fuel that would do the gas lights,
Yeah.
the gas flame for people's homes, there was a byproduct, and the byproduct was gasoline. So Henry Ford, who had looked into an electric vehicle, went, "Oh, I can make use of that gasoline. Let's do business," right? And
Yeah.
then there were other byproducts, which became pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
So they set up the American Medical Association, the colleges for doctors, and said, look, we're going to teach you how to be doctors using these pharmaceuticals, but you
Yes.
can't use homeopathic remedies anymore. We're
Because they
going
can't make money out of it.
Exactly. You can't patent nature.
Yes. And that's what we're going back to, which, I talk about essential oils, Krista. I use them all the time. Not that I just rely on them, but I use them as a way of prevention and as a way of, if I have something going on, instead of running to the, over the counter medication, I go to my medicine cabinet and make a blend. And so I'm trying to go back to herbs and nature. Rather than depend on pharmaceuticals, which have secondary side effects. But that is just one of the things. There's so many things that are going to be examined, so to speak, and that may collapse because they're just not working. They're just not benefiting everybody. Only top
I
people
saw
are being
in the
benefiting.
newspaper here this week that a group of people were put in prison for a number of years. Forgive me, menopause brain, I can't remember the exact details on that. But what shocked me so much about this case was that they were prescribing Oxycontin to the patients, and then recommending that the patients get these back injections. And they were withholding the Oxycontin until they agreed to have the back injections.
That's terrible.
Because there was more profit in the back injections.
Yeah.
So they were literally hooking people and then withholding that drug that they hooked them on in order to up their profit margin.
Oh my gosh.
And it's just despicable.
It's disgusting. I remember years ago, there was people robbing CVS to get the drug. They were killing people at the drugstore to get it. I mean, that's how bad it was. So yeah, and these people again were making $1 billion while people were dying and losing the shirt off their backs and even their lives.
Yeah.
And so something's got to give. When you look at this whole pandemic, also, there's something that has to be re-examined within the whole thing. So all of this is part of the Pluto return. And what I'm saying with this whole conjunction is that we have to see where our morality is and where our ethics and our where are we standing on this? Are we standing on this side or this side? And so are we standing with the people or against the people? And that's the question. When we look at the 6, right? Because I just want to say that, and then I'll move it over to Krista. The 6 is all about love and compassion. And I think we spoke about this in past, podcasts. Love and compassion. They love home. They love animals. It's all about domestication, so to speak. But when we graduate or when we elevate to the 66, which is a master number, we get the love and compassion, not love and passion. I'm sorry. The 6 is love and passion. The 66 is love and compassion. So now we're in the Christ consciousness. At the love and compassion. That's where we have that Pisces energy too, where we really need to find the God within, the goddess within, the genie within, and then we can also follow God's law. And that's got to do with morality. That has nothing to do, we all have an inner compass to tell us what's right and what's wrong. And so we really need to go there. And that's when we'll know which road we're going to take. The one towards our destiny, where we're going to be a part of the healing process of the planet and the people, or we're going to have to face the consequences of not doing the right thing. And so the 66 is really God's kingdom. And so, but in order to get to God's kingdom, we have to follow God's laws, spiritual laws. And that's what 66 is all about.
Yeah. Awesome stuff. I love that. The 6 being love and passion. I love you. I have to have you. Or the 66 being love and compassion. I love you. Whatever makes you happy, you have to have.
Yes. And I got goosebumps when you said that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome stuff.
That is,
All right,
that's really good.
Miss Krista?
I'm ready. Boo, boo, boo. It's turquoise.
Yay!
So yeah, so here's what's really funny. Turquoise and I have quite an interesting.
We can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Now.
Now you can?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know why you couldn't.
Well,
okay, yay,
it's turquoise. You were very soft. You'd like move.
Okay. I'm not really sure. I haven't done anything. I'll stay close. Turquoise is for me one of those stones that I have always loved. It is a stone that I've always been guided to have in jewelry. However, every piece of jewelry I've ever owned with turquoise has gone somewhere else to live.
I see that stone as Native American. Is it?
It's used very often by the Native Americans.
Yes, because one of the areas that you can find it is in the American Southwest. However, you can get it in Australia. You can get it. I'm going to make sure Madagascar, China, Tibet, the U.S., and a few other different locations as well. So I was hoping that when we were in Australia, I was going to get a piece down there, but sadly, all the turquoise mines had closed. They stopped mining in the 80s, turquoise. So when I did run across pieces, they were beyond my price point at that point. So, but while we were back stateside, I went into a little rock shop, which I posted about, and she had turquoise. So I got a couple.
So pretty.
That is
now
so
I never
neat.
Right. Isn't that one beautiful? Yeah, hold on. I have 3. And I got them because turquoise is also a great stone for travel. It's a really awesome travel stone. But so that's what my intention was, is I'm like, I need this, and I didn't buy big ones. I just bought little pieces. And for travel, because I'm going to make myself a little travel mojo bag, if you will. And carry it with me, and
a medicine bag.
That's I call them
bag,
mojo bags, little mojo bags. and I was going to carry it with me. However, when the stone came up and I started investigating, it was really funny. I just have been carrying these now in my pocket because I'm like, you know what? I'm going to vibe with these a little bit. I really am needing to get a feel for them. So I did some further research, because turquoise is a very high vibration yet grounding kind of stone to work with. And what I mean by high vibration yet grounding, if you really start working with turquoise, you'll feel the fact that it's very connected with nature. It's very connected with Mama Earth. But yet the high vibration means that it is trying to raise your wisdom. It is trying to open you up to that greater knowledge, to that greater knowing, to at least be willing to receive the message, whatever it may come or whatever it may be, in whatever form it may appear. So and it's also one that helps you to deal with health, your health, but not your health as in, hey, I'm going to go to the doctor and I'll use and get a prescription. No, more of, hey, my health needs to be connected with where I'm at. My health, in other words, you are what you eat. So be mindful of what you're putting in, right? You are what you think, because what comes out here may not be the same that's playing in here. But guess what's going to have more power? what's playing in here, not what's
That's
coming
right.
out. And you are what you choose to feel. So yesterday I was scrolling, doing something, I forget what social media account, and it was the International Reiki Training Center had this great meme, and it's feeling, when you start to understand that emotions are feelings that flow through, that don't need it's not your job to hang on to them, it's your job to let them flow through.
Yeah, they're transient.
And it got me, it kind of made me catch my breath. I don't want to say stop breathing, but I caught my breath for a moment, because I was like, that is really, that's really true. And what happens with so many of us, and this does go back to wisdom, this does go back to health, and this does go back to understanding your own self-expression, which are key things for turquoise, is if you're letting things, if you're using your body as a fishing net to catch everybody's crap,
Yikes.
essentially,
Mhm.
think about what's happening. Oh,
Yeah.
Thanks.
hold on. I need to pause a minute. Can you two continue? I'll be right back. Hold on, guys. I'll be right
Awesome
with you.
stuff.
I need to shut my mic off.
As she was talking, I have this piece of turquoise. It's fairly light compared to the ones that she has, but it's bonded with a bit of amber. So it was naturally occurring. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it before, where a piece of sap had dropped onto a piece of turquoise, and it created this kind of, how an ametrine will be will be half and half. She's back. And it's beautiful, beautiful piece. But for anybody who would like to increase their turquoise holdings, or their amber holdings for that matter, please reach out to Sue at Classic Act Imports, Retail Therapy with Sue and CAI on Facebook. And she has both. She has pieces of turquoise, beautifully set in jewelry, and she has all of the best quality amber that you could possibly want. So back to Krista.
Back to me. Thank you. Sorry, I had to give Kevin permission. He's trying to help me solve something in the States.
Ooh.
And I had to give him permission to speak for me. Don't you just love it when you're trying to do business? It's like, oh, is your house there? I need permission. Sorry. I mean, I appreciate it, but I want to say we've been married for 30 years.
Well, that's good though, that he's very respectful that way.
Yeah. And it is, and it's all good. But so back to the turquoise, to the wisdom and the healing. So I was saying the wisdom, the health, and then the self-expression. Because remember, because of the color, it is very much connected to our throat chakra. But it's also a sacred stone. There are so many indigenous groups that really consider this to be one of their sacred stones. So when you are working with it, when you are, if you're wearing it, you're going to feel, well, if you give yourself permission to feel it, you're going to feel all this wisdom of those who've walked the ground
ancestors
from where it was mined. So, when as a matter of fact, it's kind of funny. That was kind of strange. I got an image of, I think, someone that's related to the stone, one of these stones. I'm going to have to sit with that. That's kind of, wow, that was really awesome. Sorry, this happens when I play with crystals. All of a sudden, I'm like, oh, wow. Oh, okay, let's sit with that a little bit. Wow.
All sorts of beings come in.
Yeah, and there are some stones that happens, and some people, and yes, can entities get attached where that isn't always a positive experience. Oh yes, they can. There are ways that you can deal with that, and one of them is you can actually regift that stone back to Mother Earth. I've done that before, and I've gone out and buried it. Here you go. I think this is where you need to stay.
I like
But
Or
that is
donate it to a museum and get it locked in a glass case like the Hope Diamond.
or yes, do that. Get it locked in a glass case.
I
I
like
do
that.
not. I mean, I like big and sparkly. Yeah, that big and sparkly can stay just where it's at.
Yeah,
There are
yeah,
actually there are several stones that have curses attached to them,
yeah. Mhm.
but that's a show for a different day.
Yep.
But yeah, if you, I do encourage you if it is a stone that kind of calls to you, um, that work with it. It may be that you're like me and owning jewelry, although now that I'm older, I haven't bought a piece of turquoise since I was a lot younger. I think I was 16 the last time I bought a turquoise piece of jewelry. Uh, I think my energy is much
So
different than it
pretty.
was then. So the vibration, because it's a high vibe stone. But I do, if it calls to you, go and find a piece. Because one of the things that folks don't realize is the turquoise mines in Australia stopped mining. There are many turquoise mines in the United States that have stopped mining. And it is getting harder and harder and harder to come by. I do need to do one more thing before I turn it over to you, Gayle, and that is dyed turquoise, or what is called dyed turquoise, is not turquoise at all. It's dyed howlite, typically. So look
Look at
and make sure if you are buying
that. Yeah.
turquoise that it is natural turquoise and not howlite that's been dyed.
And you'll
You're not
notice the
getting ripped
difference
off.
in the weight of it. If you know what real turquoise feels like, it's got that grounding energy, but it's got a little bit of, and not heavy like gold, but it's got some
There's a
solidity to
density.
it. Yeah, some
Yeah.
density to it. And howlite is a much lighter stone. And then
Yeah.
you've got those ones that are just plastic resin that pretends
Yeah.
it's turquoise, and you
Yeah.
can feel that too.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a stone that is being that is definitely trying to be mimicked a lot in the world of crystals and gems. So just don't be afraid, but just be mindful and ask questions.
Yes, yes, excellent,
All right,
excellent.
Gayle.
So let's talk a little bit about today's card of the day, because I love this card. I love it when it comes up in a reading every single time.
Ooh.
The Ten of Cups. Oh my gosh. Just amazing stuff. So the today's message from Galaxy Tarot, which is the app that we take all of these cards of the day from. It wasn't something that I've pulled. So this is literally the woo-woo coming in, of its own volition, whatever the card happens to be today. Oh, and happy Ides of March as well, because it is March 15th here. Oh, and for those of you who celebrate Happy Pi Day yesterday. So today's message is share your joy and love today. Let your heart lead you to truly express yourself, right? Whatever you put out into the world, whether in a piece of art or writing, a heartfelt conversation with a friend, or an invitation to share some pleasure, will cause happiness and love to multiply.
Wow.
Right? So again, we go back to that, what Krista was just talking about, the wisdom, the health, the full self-expression, right?
Mhm.
And sharing our truth from our throat chakra, and having that bless other people, cause joy, cause happiness. And again, back to the number of the day, the love and passion, and then graduating into the love and compassion. So all of these things, mesh together, and as well with the Pluto return and the conjunctions that we're dealing with right now. It is about one-to-one. It is about sharing your individual talents and hopes. So let's talk a little bit about, and I hate to really bring this up, but protecting what you've built from others' ill will. Okay. So that's where this wisdom comes in, right? This discernment between, are you a safe person for me to share my most outlandish dreams with?
Mhm.
Or is it going to somehow threaten you in some way that you're going to come back at me with, oh, that's not going to work. You're ridiculous. That's crazy. Right. We have to be very discerning
Yeah.
when we are creating a life beyond what is predictably possible, right? And
Mhm.
heading off into miracle land and manifestations of our heart's desires, right? That we are sharing those things with people who understand the context of what we are doing, right? Yeah. So that's why you want to have a group like the Coven of Joy, because we get it,
Yes.
right? And you want to make sure, like, yeah, you want to make sure that you're protecting that little bitty baby fledgling hope and desire in your heart,
Mhm. Mhm.
you know, and surrounding it with people who will gently blow oxygen at the flame so that it can grow,
Love that.
right?
Oh, I love
I
that.
love that.
Oh, blowing oxygen at the flame to grow. I like
I
that.
love that.
And isn't that what people do when they're, you know, masterminding with us,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Is, you know, we say this is the big dream. This is what I want to do. And they go, I see that for you. I see that's possible. I know you can do this. It's
Yeah.
going to happen. I believe in you. Those are those gentle blowing of oxygen on the
I
flame
love that.
that allows it to grow, right?
Yes.
So, you know, I tend to really get cringy when we get close to, oh, but be afraid, right? No, don't be afraid. Be discerning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Know who you are surrounding yourself with.
100%.
Choose people who see the miraculous in you and want to watch that blossom.
Mhm.
You know, it's very, very important, because the wrong word from the right person can kill a dream
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. True story
Yeah.
on that.
you know?
Yep.
And so, you know, we offer the Coven of Joy, which is, you know, just the three crones in the woo woo group at this point.
Yep.
You can
That's
go
us.
in there and you can drop a comment, a post about, you know, this is what I'm up to. This is what I want to manifest into my life. This is what I want to see expand, more abundance with, more prosperity with. And you will get all kinds of people reflecting back to you. Yes, go for it. I know somebody that can help you make that happen.
Yeah.
Let's connect, right?
Definitely.
And that's the power of the community, and we really want to encourage you to do that, because this is a safe space for you to express your dreams and to get some support, some feedback, some encouragement to make those things happen.
I feel that we embody the word namaste, you know, which is, you know, I honor the God in you, or the goddess in you, as you honor the goddess in me.
Yes.
So there's no competition. It's just helping
No.
each other grow.
Yes.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
I see you and you see me. And that's it, you know, and really it is a very powerful thing when we feel like we're being seen and we feel like we're being heard. There's so much power in that.
Yes.
There
And
is.
yeah,
It gives
definitely.
the other person permission to also fly and to say to themselves, if Gayle and Krista can do it, I can do it, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep. What you just said, Krista, about when people feel seen and heard, that is, I mean, if you want to make friends and influence people, listen to people, right?
Oh, yeah. Actively listen.
Yeah.
Repeat back what they're saying in
Yeah.
a curious, not in a, you know, from a curious state.
Yeah, not parroted or
Yeah. No, not
robotic.
parroted, but curious.
Yeah.
But yeah, use that compassion to make sure that they know that you get them. You
Yeah.
know, in the terms, in 1970s terms, you grok them, right?
What? You
I think we should bring that word back. There's a book by Robert Heinlein called Stranger in a Strange Land. And essentially it's about an alien who's Jesus-like that comes to Earth.
Ooh, I like
right?
that.
And
Okay.
he has this word for, you know, I get you, you get me, we get each other, we vibe, right? And it's
Yep.
grok, right? So you'll hear,
Okay.
you know, you'll hear a lot of the hippie boomers use that word because that was the science fiction of the 60s and 70s. But it's a perfect term for it. It's a weird word, but if you grok it, you grok it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I've never heard it.
I'm petitioning to bring back grok.
We'll bring back rock.
Yes.
Hey, it has rock in it.
Yes. See? Exactly. Grand rock. Yes. So yeah. What was I saying about that? I lost it. Let's move on. It'll come back. Just like Rockefeller was the man who owned Standard Oil. It only took 30 minutes.
It's okay. Thankfully, you were being tested.
Right? All right, everyone. So this week, since I'm just generally kind of in control of the winners each week, right?
Yes.
I made an executive decision because, and it's not that I begrudge any one of our winners, the multiple wins that they've had, but Tanya Pesci brought a really good idea to mind. This past week, Tanya Pesci, oh my gosh, she did the most amazing thing. She reached out to us and she's like, I've won 3 times. Can I share one of my readings that I've won with somebody else and invite them into the group? And I'm like, oh my God, you are a gift from heaven.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. This is a wonderful idea. Thank you so much for doing that. And she ran a little giveaway on her own page with a beautiful video, right? And asked people to comment to be entered into the drawing. And then the next day she gave away one of the readings. And I am so excited about the person who won this. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. I'm sorry. I'm only half a cup of coffee.
Orlando, I think it was, honey.
Yes,
Orlando.
She
Yes,
reached
it was.
out to me.
Yes.
Excellent. Awesome.
Right. So Krista's going to do Orlando's crystal reading.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Awesome.
I am too. It is so cool what she did. But it also got me to thinking. And we do have a lot of the same people that are doing the liking, commenting, and sharing out, which on occasion brings in newer people to the group. So what I decided to do this week is pick one of the newer people that have recently joined into the group, maybe haven't quite got into the swing of showing up every week with us and doing the whole like, comment, and share thing. So this is one of the newer people to the group this week who is our chosen winner. So congratulations to Suzanne Ketchum.
Ooh, awesome.
Oh, nice.
So much for joining 3 Crones in the Woo Woo recently. In case you don't know how this goes, you have won a reading from one of the 3 of us. All right. Now with Krista does crystal readings and they're really awesome. She's so conversant with her rocks and they talk to her and it's very full and fun. Right. And there's no real set like number of crystals or anything like that. She just feels around and listens to them chatter and picks the ones that have
very
something
interesting.
And it really is a great structure. Now, in my case, I am a can't say it, but I can do it. I'm a metaphysical practitioner, and I specialize in emotional freedom technique. So I help unhook you from the situations that happened in the past that keep looping you back around to creating the same in your present. So my reading is either an intuitive tarot reading, which is also really good because I'm really good with the intuitive part, or a tapping session to unhook you from the past loops that are keeping you stuck and not able to create the dreams that you choose to manifest. All right. Now for Damaris is going to do an astrology reading or an intuitive tarot reading as well. And Damaris is amazing with the influences and what she can inflect out of the the astrology that appears to her. Because, you know, literally the moment that you were born, the stars took a snapshot, and that is who you were created to be. And from that moment out, she can look at a chart and tell you what's going to happen to you out for hundreds. Well, you're not going to be around for hundreds of years, but decades anyways, right? And give you insight on when's the time to take action on things and when's the time to be introspective on things. So doesn't matter which one of us that you choose, it's going to be a good time. You're going to have fun, and you're going to come away with insights and information that will help you have your best life. All right. So congratulations to Suzanne Ketchum. And thanks again for being part of the Coven of Joy. All right. So now it's time to say thank you to all of our people that support this enterprise. We've got Krista Ducharme with Dimensional Healing with Krista. We've got Damaris Samolinski with Ask the Genie with Damaris Samolinski. And we have yours truly, Gayle Nicholson with Creative Command Coaching and Consulting. And also thank you to Sue over at Class Act Imports. From all of us here at Three Crones in the Woo Woo, thank you so much for spending your time again with us this week. And we really, really appreciate the joy that you bring us as well. Have a great week, everybody. Take care.
Bye-bye.